Hey guys, this is Avengah once again from goldrealms.com. This video is going to be a tutorial on how to use factions and how to install the plugin. This plugin is a bitch to maintain on your server, and it can at times be a little bit bloated and slow your server down, but it does have excellent functionality and it's a very fun plugin for your players. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna download this plugin. Looks like there is actually an update of this plugin release that I haven't downloaded before, which is interesting. Anyway, so download factions.jar, and then you also need to download mcore, which is something that factions hooks into, and it's something that's new. Mcore, all right. Download that. Okay, download, and you need both factions and mcore to run factions on your server. Okay, drag these in. I'm not gonna bother renaming them. And then let's start this bitch up. There should be no errors. All right, and let's log in. Most of this tutorial is going to be in game with some configuration, but not much. All right, localhost. Okay, welcome Avengah to the server. Okay, so once this loads, all right, I'm gonna show you guys just the basic, I guess, ways of just how this plugin works, I guess. Um, This is a land management plugin. If that makes sense, if you're familiar with Towny, pretty much is this. It's Towny with a PvP aspect to it. /F will bring up your basic like help page. Um, I'm gonna create a faction. I'm not sure. It probably doesn't cost any money because I probably haven't configured it to cost money. Let's make sure. Okay, yeah. So F create. I'm gonna call this faction. Let's. What should we call it? What should we call it? Let's call it. Let's call it. Uh, uh, Asgard. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I don't have any price configured yet. So now I have a faction called Asgard. If I do F list. Yep. There you go, Asgard. Okay. So I am going to what's the hold on. Asgard. No. Trying to figure out. No. 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 Okay, anyways. So the description of the faction, we pwn nubs. Alright. So basically, I now have a home. Okay, yeah, I have a home plot. When I created my faction, unless no, this isn't like okay. So never mind. I'm completely wrong. Okay, so you have to claim some land. Basically, for your faction, for it, it's a faction. You need to claim land. So I'm just gonna do F claim. I need more power. So power is pretty much when you kill someone, you get power. That's how it works. And if you die, you lose power. And you can't claim land until you have power. So pretty much it forces you to kill people. However, since I don't have anyone playing with me, I'm just gonna use my F admin. There we go. Now I don't need power and I can just claim whatever I want. Okay, so now I have claimed a chunk. A chunk is 16 blocks by 16. And as you can see, it will let me know as soon as I leave and enter the wilderness, or as soon as I leave and enter my home plot. Um, if you want to claim more plots, simply go somewhere else, and then F claim. Now, usually in any servers that you play, factions will cost money to create, which I'll show you how to configure that after I'm done with this. But to claim a plot, which would also cost money, you would need to first have money in your faction bank. Because anything you pretty much do that costs money with your faction, it takes that money from your faction bank, not your balance. So what I would have to do to deposit money into my faction bank is F deposit, no F money, are disabled in the default universe. That's what. Hold on. That means economy is actually disabled in my configuration files. Let's fix that. Okay, so plugins. Okay, this is confusing. They don't store their configuration files in the plugin file anymore for whatever reason, and instead, what they do is they keep the configuration files in your main server folder. The only thing that this contains is, let's see, nothing. Okay, so uh, your configuration files will be in M store in your main server folder, and then your actual configuration files will be, I believe it's, the names of these folders are really badly done. I think it's in here, instance.json. Yeah, okay, econ. No. Okay, econ enabled. Now, if you want to make your factions cost money to create, then you would change this to true. This is in the uconf folder, uconf default. Okay, so econ enable true. Econ land reward, not entirely sure what that does. Econ universe account. You can set like a universal bank account that like anything you like. If, for example, if you create a faction and it like charges you $50, that $50 will go into a universal account that you can set up. But I'm not going to do that because it's completely useless for our purposes. Econ chunk cost. So it'll cost $30 to buy a plot, to buy a chunk. Econ cost create, it'll cost $200 to buy a faction or to create a faction, and then you can pretty much configure the price of other things that you do, like going home, changing the name of the faction, inviting people. Bank enable true, so that enables a faction bank. So I'm going to save this, and I'm going to reload in game. That's annoying. God damn, F help 2, F help 3, F help 4. Sorry about this. They changed a bunch of shit around, and it's a lot different now. Okay, I'm just gonna do this the easy way. Oh. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna claim a new plot. If I can, I'm not sure if I can do an outpost. F claim. Okay, yeah. So here we go. I just claimed a new plot. Yeah, I don't need money for this. Okay, so blah blah blah. What was I gonna do? Yeah, okay, so I am actually gonna take off F bypass. F admin. Okay, I've disabled admin bypass mode. Now let's try to claim another plot. I'm basically gonna show off the money feature. F claim. You can't claim more land. You need more power. Fuck. Okay, well, if I did have power, what would happen is it would tell me my faction didn't have enough money, so I would do F money, and then I would do F money balance, is how much my faction has. Your faction has $0, and then I would do F money deposit 10. And I don't have any money, but if I did have enough money in my personal balance, I could deposit it into my faction. As a faction leader, I can also withdraw money. And I can transfer money from faction to faction, from faction to player, and from player to faction. Also, if you want to pull up information on your faction, it's basically your faction screen. Just do /F space faction or /F space F. and it'll pull up just an information screen. It'll tell you the age of your faction, if it's open for anyone to join. I recommend keeping it closed, or else you'll have random people joining and like fucking your shit up. How much land you have, how much power you have. I have 0 power, and how much power you could have. How much land costs to buy, how much it costs to sell. Whenever you sell land, you get some of the money back that you used to buy in the first place. Um, if you conquer land, you get a money reward. If you pillage land, you also get a money reward. Your bank contains zero. Yeah, I have no money in the bank, and you can also request a truce with another faction, or you can yeah, you can ally with another faction, request a truce, or you can declare a faction an enemy. You can also see who is online and who is offline. Um, if someone invites you to a faction, you would just do /F join in the faction name, and it'll accept the invite. Do /F leave to leave the faction. You can also set a faction home. You do set the faction home by just doing /F space set home. I thought I was in my. Here we go. Now, whenever I do, and as a server owner, you can configure this to cost the money. You can also pull up a map of your surroundings, of your surrounding chunks, and see which chunks you have claimed. I currently have this chunk claimed, and as you can see, I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let's see. I forgot which one is me and which one is the actual chunk. God damn it. Okay, so the slashes will be the chunks that you've claimed, and then the plus is you. So if you're trying to raid someone, pulling up Fmap is really useful to see like where their faction boundaries are. Um, let's see what else. Description. If you want to set your faction to open, just do /F open. Once again, I don't recommend this because it's really dumb because random people will join. You can set a player title. For example, if I had another player and I wanted to like make them like a lord, I'll just do blah 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 blah. There's also faction chat. Maybe no, there's not. That's Tony. You can kick people from your faction doing /F kick. You can promote people to moderators in your faction, and they can basically kick people for you and whatnot. Ooh, lag. Okay, what else? You can set another player as a leader of the faction if you want to if you want to quit your own faction. You can set someone as an officer. Uh, if you want to see what chunk you're standing in, like the boundaries, just do that, and it'll show you a nice outline. It's very useful when you're claiming chunks to see where exactly they start and end. If you do /F auto claim, wherever you walk, it'll claim that chunk automatically. Um, you can disband your faction. You can set permissions to your faction. That can be a little bit complicated. Set relation to. Okay, so if you want to ally to another faction, just do ally the faction name, and it'll send them like a request to be allies with them, and if they accept, then you'll be allies, and you won't be able to attack each other. If you do enemy, then you'll be able to attack and like their shit on sight. And then that's pretty much it. Let's go back to the config file. Let's see what we can show you here. Okay. Default faction flags. If you want to have it so when new factions, like if you want to have it so, like new factions have fire spread turned on automatically, then you can do that. If you don't want like lag in your server, or if you want explosions just in your faction and not in the wilderness, you can set this like explosions to true, and then disable explosions in your main world to false, like in your server folder, in your server properties, or your world guard properties. My bad. Default faction perms. You can set different ranks. Oh no, sorry. So you can pretty much set who can build, leader, officer, member, ally. So if you request ally from another faction, they accept. Those allies can build on your land, and you can change that if you don't like that. Pay and build, language that is. Button, who can use your buttons, containers, blah 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 blah. Pretty much you can just set permissions. Power max, you can set power to like 30, 40, anything you want really. Power minimum, self-explanatory. Power per hour, how much power you can get per hour. Uh, do, 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 do. Faction member limit, you can limit how many faction members you can have. Homes enabled, you can do that true. You can set that to true or false. Basically, you can prevent people from setting faction homes, just depending really on what kind of PvP experience you want. Uh, okay. All this is pretty much self-explanatory. Really, nothing I need to explain. Let's take another look at the other configuration folders and files. Okay, so factions that you play will contain all your players and like their information. So if you ever like have factions go corrupt, which will happen, and you need to fix something, you pretty much just go into your folder files and you just fix it through there. Uh, like for example, hold on, world. Okay, here you go. I had a problem earlier, factions a couple weeks ago, where some chunks got corrupted and factions wouldn't load until I pretty much, or like chunks, in like claimed chunks got corrupted. Not the actual chunks, but like the claim itself that faction had got corrupted, and factions wouldn't load until I fixed it. And pretty much the chunks that you claim are in factions, faction at default. And all I did was went into the chunks, I found the location, I just deleted them. That's how I fixed them. And this is actually really important because faction will corrupt a lot if you have a big server. Um, so it's just nice to know where everything is. Um, really, I hope the developer of this plugin kind of cleans up his configuration files because, like, really, it's kind of hard to tell what has what, where everything is, and a lot of folders are just empty all the time. Um, that's pretty much it. Right, okay. Um, so that's pretty much it for factions. If you have more like questions, you can check the wiki for factions or just leave a comment. Um, I'll be uploading a video on Townie soon, which is pretty much the exact same thing as factions, but for survival servers. So there's a little bit of different shit. Bu- 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 So yeah. One more thing, if you have Hero Chat or if you have, another chat program, chat name, what you can do to hold on. Ba, 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 ba. A cool thing you can do with Hero Chat is you can set sorry, you can set the faction name into your chat, which is really cool to do. Hero Chat, config, no, let's just slap that in there. Okay, Hero Chat, reload. And then, as you see, I have Asgard now in my chat, and it'll show your faction name. It's really cool, for a PvP server to have like people's faction's name next to their name. And you can also set their role in the faction next to their name, so people will see it. Oh, you're the leader, and that's kind of cool as like a prestige thing. Um, yeah, there's really not much more to it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that it was informative. The Townie video should be coming up in a few hours. Thank you for watching. Favorite, like the video if you would like. And don't forget to check out my personal server, mc.goldrealms.com. We have Faction PvP, we have Skyblock, we have Sky Wars, and we have Kit PvP with Survival also on its way. And my website is goldrealms.com. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out my other videos. Lol, lol, lol. Thank you. Bye.